Air travel is the fastest mode of transportation in the world. While airplanes are incredibly swift, they can also be extremely dangerous. Today, I'm going to tell you about 8 unusual and dangerous airports around the world, where landing a plane is not something just any pilot can handle. The runways at these airports are so dangerous that several accidents have occurred here. So, hold on to your seats and grab some popcorn because today's video is going to be incredibly interesting. Hello friends, you are watching World Discovery AI. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for more informative videos. Number 8. Lukla Airport. Friends, you must have heard of Mount Everest. Everyone knows that it is the highest mountain in the world, but you might not know how one reaches Mount Everest. To get to this mountain, the first stop is Lukla Airport, which is located in Nepal and is considered one of the most dangerous airports in the world. The reason for its danger is that it is situated between 2 mountains in Nepal, and its runway is so narrow and short that not every pilot can land here. The runway is only 560 meters long. There are residential areas around the airport, and there is a mountain in front of it, which leaves pilots with very little time to land the plane. At the end of the runway, there is a 2,000-foot deep gorge. If the pilot fails to land on time, the plane is at risk of falling into the gorge. In 2003, a pilot lost control during landing, resulting in the death of 3 passengers. Therefore, even reaching this place, let alone Mount Everest, is an extremely dangerous task. Number 7. Mataking runway. You've probably seen many runways that are very clean and smooth, with no bumps at all. But the runway I'm about to tell you about is quite different. Here, planes land on a dirt runway made of rough ground. In case of an emergency, landing on such a runway might make sense. But here, even normal landings happen on these dirt roads. What you're looking at is one of the most dangerous runways, located in South Africa. It is considered so dangerous because the runway ends abruptly, right before a deep cliff. Landing here is like risking your life if the pilot even slightly delays braking. The plane could plunge straight into a 3,000-foot drop. In the past, international flights used to land here, but later, all international flights were completely banned due to how dangerous the runway is. However, domestic and private planes still land here. Number 6. Gisborne Airport. Friends, Gisborne is a city in New Zealand, located in the northeast. Now, what I'm about to tell you may be something you didn't know before. Gisborne is the first place in the world to see the sunrise. Its location is so unique that the first rays of sunlight hit this sea before spreading across the rest of the world. Gisborne's airport is also built in a very unique way. There are 4 runways, 3 of which are quite dangerous because they are covered with dirt and grass. Even the one clean runway is hazardous, as a train track runs right through the middle of it. The truth is, when this airport was being constructed, the train line ended up intersecting the runway. So, whenever a plane needs to land, the train is given way to ensure no accidents occur. And when a plane needs to take off, the train is allowed to pass first. The airport staff has to be extremely careful, as even a small mistake could cause a collision between the plane and the train. This airport is not only unusual but also quite dangerous. Number 5. Kevill Airport. Friends, we all know how many accidents happen on icy roads. If there's ice on the road, braking becomes extremely difficult. Now, imagine seeing ice on a runway. Just think how dangerous that could be. The runway at Kevill Airport is always covered in snow. When a plane lands, it requires strong braking to come to a stop. But because of the layer of ice on the runway, braking becomes very difficult, and controlling the plane is even harder. This has caused several accidents over the years. The most dangerous part is that not only is the runway covered in snow, but it is also very curved. The steep slopes make it extremely challenging to control speed, which has led to multiple incidents. If you ever plan to land at this airport, Make sure to have life insurance because this runway is incredibly dangerous. Number 4. Carrier landing. Most airports are built on specific land areas, but in almost every country, there's also an airport on the seats or military aircraft carriers. If you're interested in the military, you've probably seen carrier landing aircraft. These ships serve as air bases in the ocean, with a small runway where pilots must land their planes. This type of landing is extremely challenging because the runway is very short. Not every pilot can land here. Only specially trained military pilots are allowed. Even with expert pilots, landing on a carrier is incredibly dangerous. In 1987, a pilot was landing a plane on a carrier when his aircraft collided with a jet. The crash caused the plane's fuel tank to explode, resulting in a blast. Despite the training and expertise, these carrier runways are extremely dangerous. Number 3. Narsarsuaq Airport. Typically, airports are built in areas where there is plenty of space because they cover a large portion of land, and planes require a lot of area. Airport staff are always working to keep the runway clear. However, at Narsarsuaq Airport, things are quite different. This airport is considered one of the most dangerous in the world. The most dangerous part is that the airport is located right on the edge of the sea, and the ocean comes right before the runway begins. If the pilot makes even a small mistake, the plane could go straight into the water. That's why landing here requires extreme caution. During snowstorms, the runway becomes even more slippery and narrow, making it even more challenging to land. This airport is truly one of the most dangerous in the world. Number 2. Congonhas Airport. Friends, this airport is located right in the middle of a city in Brazil. You'll be surprised to know that the runway is surrounded by residential areas on both sides, with buildings and houses close by. When a plane is landing, people can see it passing just a few feet away. Congonhas was once an international airport and was considered one of the most dangerous in the world. However, in 2007, a tragic accident occurred. A flight lost control and crashed into a residential area. All the passengers on the flight died, and several people in the area where the plane crashed also lost their lives. After this disaster, the airport was completely shut down. Number 1. Princess Juliana Airport. Friends, Juliana Airport, also known as St. Martin Airport, is located in the Caribbean and is one of the most famous and dangerous airports in the world. It's especially dangerous for people relaxing on the nearby beach. When planes land, they fly so close to the beach that anyone with a good jump could almost touch them. The sight of planes passing so close can be terrifying for people. Friends, if you enjoyed today's video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss the next video, which will be even more informative.